Welcome back to the Talking Corner. You're supposed to go now, Benji. You're supposed to introduce yourself.
Oh, so my line. Hi, I'm Ben.
G. And I'm Pow.
And I am Baron O'Beef Dip. Okay, so what do we got?
What?
What do you got for us today, Benji?
We have Doom 3, and from within the Doom community, from at least what I see, because I don't engage with it, but what I see on the outskirts of it, people like to complain about this one, but I like it. I remember
I just
getting my
forgot
hands on
to
this one.
mention Leo is late, so we're just recording this without him until he joins.
Yeah, gotta keep it a secret. Don't let him know.
I've never
But-
played Doom 3.
I like it. Oh, you finally show up.
Oh, good. Is Leo here? I didn't hear the join
No.
sound.
Fashionably late?
Well, we're recording, Leo. We decided not to wait for you.
Oh, what a bunch of losers. They can't even wait.
Hey man, you're the one who kept us
Patience
waiting.
is a virtue.
I literally sat down today and was saying, "Hey guys, at 5:30 we're gonna record," and then you messaged like 30 minutes before, being like, "Hey, I'm gonna be a tad late," which is, I'm pretty sure, the exact same thing you said last time.
It's almost like I have a life. It's crazy. No.
I don't believe that. You spend way too much time on the crash course to have an actual life.
No, I don't. You could go
Damn.
look.
Man, that
Going
dog ain't
for the
gonna hunt.
throat.
Stop making references for things that the audience wasn't there for, pal. It's not gonna make any sense.
It's okay. They'll learn over time.
Ugh. All right, welcome to the Talking Corner. We really do not plan this show at all, so we're just kind of rolling with
That's
it.
its special charm.
That's the secret sauce. That's what makes it authentic internet, is because we don't really have anything prepped or planned for the show whatsoever. Everything's just kind of awkward, and yeah.
We don't even all plan to be here at the same
Yeah,
time.
apparently
as
not.
You saw.
Yeah, some of us don't even factor the plan into actually joining on time.
I gave a heads up.
That's
So,
fair. All right. Man, we're off
So-
to an
What game
awkward
is this?
start this time. It's Doom 3.
Doom 3. That's an interesting game to go
So
with.
what I know is this game was like very interesting when it came out. In a vacuum, it seems perfectly fine. You know, just like a shoot 'em up, you know, horror themed kind of actiony game. But when you compare it to the earlier games, and then of course now to like the newest editions of the Doom franchise, you look back at it and it's like, this was kind of in that weird phase.
This one's more geared towards horror,
Yeah.
which I don't mind.
Yeah, this was kind of a weird. I don't want to say a weird direction. This was like kind of the standard direction
was-
for games
it
around
was
this
a-
time. So
It was a departure.
It's the thing from Halo Combat Evolved.
Oh, dude. Oh, man.
It's a bit of a departure from like the original Doom games, which were a lot more pell-mell, you know, run and gun action as opposed to
Yeah.
horror. Which I don't know. I haven't played, as I said, I haven't played Doom 3, but it always looked fine to me. It didn't look particularly bad on its own. It just feels like an interesting or strange strange direction for the Doom franchise at the time to go into.
yeah, this is the first time I've seen any
Hey, it's
gameplay.
POW.
Hey, it is. Hey. What is that
What?
supposed to mean?
Means you're an alien with 4 legs.
Legs?
Legs.
Not
Leagues.
regular legs.
Legs.
In recent news, did you guys see that a mayor was bit in Muldra?
Huh?
Kentucky?
Oh, seriously?
No.
It's like, what is it?
That's,
31 years
something-
after when it's supposed to happen?
Oh
Say
yeah.
that
it's-
dog did hunt?
Okay, for context, listeners, because he's going to keep repeating this joke, I made a reference, which is just an old saying that people say, that dog won't hunt. I mean, you can watch shows like Band of Brothers. That shows up in Band of Brothers. And he thought he was so entertained by this little saying I said offhanded that he's just been repeating it nonstop. So there's the context.
I love new jokes. When I hear a new joke and I fancy it.
Yeah, you got to run it into the ground.
Yes.
What did it tab out? I'm
no.
going to lose it.
I
Anyways.
can. No, I don't think it tapped
Yeah, I mean,
out.
you.
No, my
were
game
fine on
tabbed
here.
out. When I hit my bumpers, it tabs. Like, hitting the buttons doesn't do anything. I had to bring the cursor to it and hit it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, he's
Like-
experiencing some interesting controller functionality. He's got an original Duke style Xbox controller.
Well, that's because the
And when he
only
hits
one I
the-
had right next to
That
me.
controller
So
don't play.
Doom 3 runs amazing on consoles. When you try to play it on PC, you have a bunch of like issues with your control.
Oh yeah, I love issues on my PC games. So
You
fun.
don't play PC games, bud.
Exactly.
You know what's so strange is that before we started recording, the conversation flowed so effortlessly, and as soon as we hit record, I don't know what it is. It just feels so much more awkward.
It's the pressure.
It's the
I-
pressure.
I
The pressure's
have
on.
no idea what
people
you are
are
talking about.
Yeah, people are watching this now. We have questions. In fact, do you guys want to get to the questions?
Oh no.
That's something for us
yeah,
to.
let's
That's
see
something for us to
questions.
fall back on.
I hate
Yeah, let me pull
questions.
up the questions here. All right, so we have. Let me count these. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess 4 questions from Gabe, and he says, "I'm back again with more questions." The first question is, "How did you all meet each other?" So, I mean, I'll take
Oh,
the lead.
Lord.
It's mostly just been. I met Leo through the casting call club for Making Crash. That's how we met, and then with Pow and Benji, they were both fans of the show who started watching and supported the show and got to meet me really early on, and we just kind of clicked.
It was all thanks to a friend of mine, Citrus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, citrus.
Not exactly the most like interesting way of meeting each other, but I mean, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I was
And
actually
I have a
saving him
special
from
friend to
crippling
thank,
debt.
YouTube.com.
Oh yeah, the YouTube my friend Algorithm. Apparently,
Yeah.
that's the reason that we are all friends.
Believe it or
Mr.
not,
Rhythm
I
himself.
saved Pal, Boom, and Benji out of a fire, and that's how we met.
Oh, I see.
I
I forgot about
it
that.
was
I
pretty
didn't want
intense.
to bring
There
up
was a
the
man
real
taking
story.
Leo
It's-
hostage and I
it's-
shot
It's
him.
kind of personal.
Yeah.
All right, well, I hope that answers your question, Gabe. We have
That
3
guy-
more
is
questions
that-
from Gabe.
Is that the bad guy from Alvin and the Chipmunks?
If you look closely, you can see
David
their
Cross?
eyes rotating.
Is
in
that
their
David
sockets.
Cross?
If you guys look closely, you can see their pupils rotating
Who's-
in their
Who's
sockets.
David Cross?
Bro.
You don't know David Cross?
We need to-
The David Cross?
There he
Like,
is. It's David Cross.
My favorite Marine in Halo 2.
Oh, okay. Now it clicked as soon as you said
Yeah,
Halo 2.
David
the,
Cross.
the David Cross, bud.
Well,
Anyways,
I guess I now know.
excellent.
But so the next question from Gabe was, we, those of us who aren't in the Patreon group at least, know what Boom does outside of work, Crash, and YouTube, but not much about you, Pow and Benji and Leo. What do you guys get up to outside of work or school?
Wow.
Kyle, you
I
can go
guess-
first.
Yeah, since I was mentioned first. Well, let's see. Well, my big thing is, at least content-wise, I'm not putting out a whole lot yet, but I am working with a company that me and my friend started called Studio Bless. Right now, we're working on an animation project. It's going to be an anime, and we're excited to get that pumped out. But I'm working on the soundtrack for that, so that's pretty exciting. And then beyond that, I mean, you know, I have my work at local Chick-fil-A. Love being there. Love the food. Can't complain. And let me think. I don't think there's any other big stuff coming up right now. I've had a lot of big ideas floating around of content I want to make. You know, mostly on the music side of things. But yeah, that's what I got going on outside of.
Wait a minute, did I see that right?
Good.
Good lord, he left a monster in there.
No. Why?
Speaking of, what do you do outside of Crash, Benji?
Outside of Crash, I make a lot of my own content. Well, actually, ever since I got back, I started working as an editor for hire. I work as a video and audio editor for creators. One of them is Boom.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I still offer my services out to people.
I can
Still do
pin
stuff.
all of the editing mistakes that I actually did on Benji. It's great.
It's
Oh, okay. But outside of that, I make a lot of my own content, which I've been much more consistent with lately. It's been nice.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I
What do
go
you- what do you
dynamite
do, Leo?
fishing.
Dynamite fishing.
Last and certainly
Yeah.
least.
No. I do a lot of different stuff, mostly in like my free time for like a hobby. I do music when I'm and that's music. I do voice acting, of course, outside of Crash. which is surprising. And what else? Music, voice acting. I used to do magic way back in the day, but I haven't done that in a long time. Yeah, card magic and all that, but yep.
Very
Make
interesting.
like Houdini
That's
and
my
have your
hobbies.
magic career rise from the dead.
So technically, everyone
Make
here
it
has a
reappear.
part that they play in Crash. I mean, Leah voices Duke, and Pow has made some music for us, and Benji does editing. So, yeah, that's basically the short and long of that. So, okay,
Go ahead.
and now we're on to question number 3 from Gabe. If you were trapped in a video game, what game would you want to be trapped in? That is actually a pretty. I
video
think that's a
game?
pretty good question, honestly.
Not Halo, because Halo sucks.
I absolutely would not want to be in Halo either, because it's not exactly a very stable and good universe to be stuck in.
Yeah. A good game to be stuck.
You know what I think? I think Stardew Valley.
Minecraft.
Stardew Valley for me, because there's no real
Minecraft-
death in Stardew Valley,
Yeah.
and it's just a very simple life.
Minecraft would be my go-to, but at the same time, I die all the time in Minecraft, so I don't know if that's a good idea. Huh.
I would say if I had to be in one, it'd probably just be the Warhammer universe.
Yeah, hard mode. Yeah, that sounds,
Honestly, it's
sounds
just
about right.
it's just you're probably gonna die anyway.
Temple Run.
Pow,
The Temple
Pow,
Run
did you give an
universe.
answer?
Yeah, I earlier blurted out of nowhere Minecraft.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna say
Which-
Mace Griffin Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Seamless
Mace Griffin.
transitions
Yep.
from, you know,
Space
it
combat
would
to
be-
real life.
yeah.
I definitely want that. Yeah, like I want to. It's the seamless transition. The only one I can actually experience is seamlessly transitioning from on-foot gameplay to being in a car.
oh yeah.
So,
And also like Smiley Computer Cultist.
oh, that's pretty cool. I mean,
think that's
those.
pretty banging.
I mean, I've seen those in real life. So I mean, you're not missing too much, I guess. All right, next question. What is the most now for the most controversial question? Pineapple on pizza. Why or why not?
No,
Absolutely.
absolutely
love
not.
it.
I'd say I've had it and it's okay. It's not my favorite topping, but it's fine.
Okay.
Not a
You go
fan of
ahead.
it.
I don't like it because I like my pineapple cold, you know, and it does no.
Bruh,
No.
You can put cold pineapple on the
Why?
pizza.
Yeah.
After
But that's just
you're done
that's a
cooking.
clash. That doesn't work.
Hey, people eat cold
Brother,
pizza.
you're a clash.
Man, you built like a clash.
Man,
Of
cold
class.
pizza does hit different though. I like cold pizza.
It does, yeah.
Certain
gonna
pizzas,
say,
though, certain
another-
pizzas, you know.
Another thing I cannot stand people doing is putting ranch on pizza because it just replaces the pizza flavor with ranch.
Screw
like,
you.
all
I
you
like
taste
ranch
is
on my
ranch.
pizza.
It's like the debate of if you should use like ketchup.
Dude, it's like
or any
following my
sauce.
cat.
See, you could
I
use
mean, like, if you
ketchup.
go
Ketchup doesn't
outside the
completely
US
cover up the flavor like ranch. Like you put ranch on, you put ketchup on a pizza, you're gonna taste the ketchup and the pizza. You
Well,
put
how much
ranch on a
are
pizza,
you using?
you're gonna taste ranch.
What, dude?
ranch
Why
are you
would you
using?
put ketchup on pizza? You're putting tomato on top, like on top of tomato. What?
Well, I didn't say anything about ketchup with
Well,
pizza. I was
no,
saying,
I'm
like,
not saying you, but like you really want to sit here and say, oh, don't put ranch on pizza, but you want to say, oh, putting ketchup on pizza. You're just putting tomato on top of tomato at that point.
Exactly.
Okay.
Ranch does
yeah.
not belong on pizza. I
No,
will
it does.
stick
I
by that.
like my ranch on pizza.
Yeah, but,
I
yeah,
think we
but,
should
like,
kill all ranch
moderately.
likers.
I think
Wow,
we should
okay.
kill Leo.
I
He's
think
on
we
the side
should
of
blow them
reason
up.
over here. Anyways, but the original question, yes, I like pineapple on pizza. It adds a certain like contrast to like the regular flavors, like a nice kind of sweetness, and it's not too much. I've had it, and especially since I lived in Hawaii for about 4 years, so you eventually run across pineapple on pizza there. Pretty good.
What? Why is clicking my stick the fire button?
Old games, man. They always had
It's
the
actually
most
not like a
interesting
bad
controls.
idea.
Also,
But-
hold on. Listen to this amazing gun ASMR. Listen to like the way this thing sounds. It sounds awfully squeaky.
It does sound
Oh,
really
Oh
squeaky.
yeah, the
That's weird.
reload.
I hope that comes
Sounds like an
across
airsoft
in the,
gun.
in the
It's an
audio.
oil up gun.
Interesting.
It's very strange. It sounds almost kind of like a. I don't know how you describe it, but it's kind of like a
Like a
rich
toy. Oh my
material
God.
that you and if you rub it against itself, it kind of has this like very strange sound.
Yeah, like styrofoam.
Kind of like styrofoam, yeah, a little bit like that.
Yeah.
It sounds like the
Styrofoam gun.
protective barrel on an airsoft gun. Like
It
for
does.
pistols.
It kind of. Oh, you know what it sounds like? It kind of sounds like plastic that you get from like a 3D printer. You know how it has like the ridges on it, and if you like kind of ran it against itself, another piece of
Yeah.
it kind of has
can
that
see
weird
that.
sound to it. It's weird.
You just killing people?
Why?
Scared me.
Bro, you had a very bad reaction time.
Friendly fire will be tolerated.
How do I?
All right, next
turn on my
question. We've got a
flashlight?
question from Tropican Wars. The real question: spaghetti or meat? I don't really know what
Huh?
that means.
I
like
love
both.
meat.
I
No,
love beef spaghetti. I like beef spaghetti.
beef spaghetti.
I don't think that's an option. It's spaghetti or meat. I don't
Spaghetti
really
or
know.
Well, I'm taking the
rather
high
have
road
meat.
and both.
Yeah.
I feel like spaghetti. There's less you can do with spaghetti than just meat. You know what I mean? Wait, does this exclude the other? Like if you can only eat spaghetti or only eat meat, or like
Well, it says
It does
spaghetti
say-
or meat.
It
so
does
it's
say
one
or.
of the two.
So yeah. I would
so
assume.
the hypothetical is:
I'm
would you
going
rather
meat.
never have spaghetti again or never have meat? In which case, I feel like that's a pretty obvious answer. I feel like meat's or I'd rather keep meat. I'd rather go
Yeah.
without
Yeah.
spaghetti. Like
Yeah, I'd
spaghetti's not
rather
bad,
eat-
but
Yeah.
like that it's gonna get old. Meat goes in everything, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes everywhere,
all
So-
over the place.
all
Yeah.
over the place, and
So-
everything.
I mean, that's at least that's. I don't know if that's the way you meant the question, Tropican, but that's the way we're taking it.
Did he
So,
disintegrate?
I can't. Benji, you're a murderer. You haven't even seen any demons
I for
yet.
one accept
You are the
Benji
demon.
for who he is.
Benji is the demon. Shoot.
Oh, I'm not gonna kill this guy because I'm gonna feel really bad. Because in his PDA, he's like the little brother of someone here or something.
Now
I
that
felt
you know
really
the
bad
lore
last time I
behind
killed him.
somebody, you can't kill them.
No,
They're not-
last time
they're
I
not
killed this
real
guy and I
until
read
the
his
lore
PDA,
is there.
I felt really bad.
That dog ain't gonna hunt.
Yeah.
Man, it's so
See?
funny.
There we
It's
go.
so
That's
funny.
a
I'm
dude,
so
though.
glad that you're repeating the one thing I said off
Yes.
so many times.
Yes.
The One Piece.
It's so funny.
The One Piece. That dog ain't gonna hunt. Am I
Yeah,
right,
shut up.
gamers?
Now Leo's doing it
Oh,
too.
now it's officially unfunny. Now that Leo said it.
Am I right, fellow people?
Anyway, we have any more questions to answer? Or?
Yeah, we need more.
Let's see. Benny here, aka #1 Duke fan. I
no.
want to ask, will there be any more IRL events like cons and stuff in other places in the near future? I'd love to meet y'all someday and get some autographs so I can sell them on eBay for $600.
Lord, I hope I never get to meet you in person.
$600 is, yeah, I would say it's a little generous, but, so I guess I'd be the one to answer that because so we did get to go, and by we, none of the people who were in this call except for me went to HCS.
LOL.
And so I got to meet up with Trina, Dean, Schmitty, who helps co-write the show, Foreshot, who co-wrote Dizzy Time, both the Dizzy Time videos, and JMB. So that's Izzy, Pops, Peanut, and I. And we all kind of hung out in Seattle and got to go to the Halo World Series, or Halo Championship, or whatever it's called. Honestly, we had a good time, but it was like a little mini vacation. We got to hang out and go walk around the town, and that was really fun. And we'd like to do it again sometime. But the only problem is it was crazy expensive, and I'm still paying off the Airbnb from then. So, I would like to do it again soon. We might, instead of doing, an event where a lot of us have to travel, I'd probably have to end up doing it over on the East Coast more often, because that way I can drive there. And it'll probably be for smaller events. We've talked about setting up a booth at a local Comic-Con or something like that. That's an idea. So that way we can sell some merch, but that's kind of down the road. I would like to do more in-person meetups to hang out with people and get to know people and stuff. That'd be really awesome. But and also have an excuse just to get the cast and crew together, because we have a blast anytime we've done that so far. So yeah, I mean, hopefully soon. I can't. We thought about going to PAX, but it turned out PAX was crazy expensive to set up a booth. It's like several $1,000s, and I was like, yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah.
So we're smaller local cons would be probably ideal, and if anybody has recommendations for what types of conventions we should go to, I mean, we'll definitely consider it. But we have to be we'd have to be able to make some money off of it if it's pricey to set up a booth there at all. Otherwise, it's just kind of putting, it's just costing a lot of money that we could be putting towards the show.
I'm considering attending the next one. I didn't get to it last time.
Oh, that guy's dead. Yeah, if we ever have any, I'm going to make sure to show up late.
I feel like that's just a foregone conclusion at this point. I just
You
assume.
say
that's just-
15 minutes and it turns into
That's
20.
just an integral part of who you are.
Yes.
Shame on me for asking you to change, honestly.
Really.
All right.
Next podcast,
Um,
I'm going to be even later. No, I'm going to try to be
Hopefully
early.
that answers your question, Benny. Thank you for asking.
Oh, yeah.
Da-da-da.
Number 1 Duke fan.
I think that was the
And
last.
I'm a
I think
number
that's the
one
last
fan,
question.
No bias. Last question. Oh, God, we're flying
Now we're
blind.
going in blind.
Yeah, we're going
Yeah.
in. That was the last
That
question.
dog ain't hunting.
How long have we been doing this? It feels like an eternity already.
That's how it feels every time I do one of these.
With Leo in here, it always feels like an eternity.
With the POW? No way.
So what'd you guys do
Punch
with your
'em.
week? You guys seen any movies or do
Crack.
anything interesting?
Movies.
So,
Is there any good movies out?
No,
No.
there are
Anyways.
no good movies.
No, never. Not in 2025. But anyway, so interesting development. Last episode, I mentioned how people were thinking it was going to snow here in Alabama, and I'm like, I'm kind of skeptical of that. I don't think that's really going to happen. It snowed, and it snowed several inches. Like, it was pretty wild, actually. Like,
It snowed in Florida even, didn't it? Like, it was
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
A picture of an alligator covered in snow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Florida people don't know how to process that. Just like ice falling from the sky, they don't have that concept in their brains. I mean, poor alligators, you know. But anyway, it was pretty nice, actually. Having a day or two off. The only thing was, it was really, really cold, and that wasn't exactly that fun. But we didn't really have any power outage issues, so that was great. And I was able to watch the wonderful snow from the comfort of my home. It was pretty great. And yeah, when it first started coming in, it was just, a flurry of snow all over the place. And I'm like, wow, last time I saw snow, it wasn't anywhere this pretty. And they're actually saying, the snow's gone now, by the way. It's been gone since, I think, yesterday. But people are projecting that there will be more snow from February 6th to the 8th. So we're going to see if that happens. And, hopefully it's, just as nice as it was this time around.
Anything's possible, man. Definitely could be. I
Beat
mean,
'em up.
we had snow up here where I am, but I'm a bit further north, so it wasn't as kind of crazy, I guess. Also, what is... Okay, I have an Xbox on in my room, and apparently it just turned on, and it sounds like a fighter jet just took off. I have no idea why.
It was a ghost.
Yeah, well, I'm
Was
just gonna
a
try to ignore that.
spooky
Sorry about that.
Ghost.
Demons taking over your Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really are flying blind. We don't really have much to talk about.
Those demons.
I feel like we...
Kind of looks like me
on-
when I shower.
Yeah. I feel like it's what, huh?
You're crazy.
Welcome to the podcast where we talk about how we
Welcome.
shower.
Right. Riveting
okay.
discussion.
So do you go toes first or?
This game, I'm gonna be honest. You have the modification allows you to turn your flashlight on. That's not how the game launched. Why did I just
And
notice
this
that?
this is BFG edition. This is not the original, so you have a shoulder-mounted light.
Yeah.
Shoulder-mounted light.
I seem to recall that the game was actually designed around having to force the player to choose between having a flashlight or having a way to defend yourself. So having the flashlight actually kind of disturbs the balance of the game slightly.
It wasn't that difficult. I'd take out a flashlight and start beating people with it.
It's so hard for me to take like a flying skull seriously.
It is a pretty goofy anime, honestly.
I think this game came out the year I was born.
Really? When did this come out?
I think
Like-
2004.
Ooh.
Wow.
Gosh, you're all making me feel so
Exposing
old.
yourself.
I'm 21, you old bag. Shut up.
All right, so guys, I hope you enjoyed Benji's last appearance on the podcast.
I hope you
Well, it's nice
enjoy
to have
the last breath you'll ever hear out of Boom for, having the audacity to sully my
Freaky enemy.
I like
sully my day
the
with his
sten-
presence.
I don't know why the super deep black like stencil shadows that games from this era had. I like the way they look. Like
I mean, it's all right.
well, it kind of forced games to have this incredibly hard contrast for light and visuals, and so it gives it a very unique sort of visual identity.
Oh, the shadows in this game. This has one of the best lighting engines I've seen.
Well, isn't it still using, I think, stencil shadows? So it's like, it kind of, it doesn't really have degrees of lighting very much, from what I remember. It just has lit and unlit. That's why all the shadows are like very dark. So either something's completely lit or something is completely dark. And you can kind of, when I put it that way, you can probably look at it and say, yeah, I can kind of see that, because it looks like anything that's shrouded in shadow is not like a little darker. It's like pitch black.
I mean, without like natural human night vision, this is pretty realistic lighting right here. Like coming off the grate, you see that?
That's not bad.
Like it
I mean,
would
yeah,
be
it's
this.
good.
It would be this dark because you're in an enclosed space. Remember, your only lights are really these.
And this brings up another kind of conversation to be had is, you know, the topic of an artistic approach to a video game versus achieving realism. And honestly, sure, some new game engines and their innovations in technology, whether it's AI or any other sort of concept, you know, they can achieve some pretty cool graphics, but at the end of the day, you know, real life isn't always like super pretty to look at, and one of the core components of a video game is that it's video, it's visual. Just looking at something that is pretty, that's aesthetically pleasing. If I'm playing a video game and it looks realistic, but it's, you know, looks like just a slice of life, just something like I could see in my backyard, it's not exactly all that interesting, you know? But if it doesn't look super realistic, but it's got a great artistic approach and design to it, you know, I don't care how crazy wacky it looks. Like, that looks pleasing to me. It's artistic. I want to play that, you know? Very pretty.
Yeah, so I don't think that's a very much of a hot take. I think people are kind of shifting over from realism to stylized graphics. I think is the thing that ages a lot better. Mostly because like the endless pursuit of hyperrealism is kind of
how's it hanging?
Is kind of a problem because it makes every game kind of look the same.
That dog will not hunt. I'm sorry, that dog will not hunt.
That dog.
That guy will hang though.
Apparently.
I was gonna say with video, with like video game graphics, there's like a thing I've been noticing, and it's like the Unreal Engine particle effect like game where it's like, I don't know, it's a very specific style that I can't put my finger on. Like I just don't know how to explain it, but it looks just very dead and corporate and just I don't know.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people online complaining about Unreal Engine 5, and it's because
I don't think it's the engine's fault. I think it's the
way it's used.
Using it. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. I feel like yeah, I don't know. There's definitely some practice. I mean, there's always going to be practices that we find annoying in the game industry, like when it comes artistically and stuff like that. And so that's not particularly surprising, honestly. But I think that for me at least, one of the things I really enjoy. I mean, I've been going back and playing a lot of older games recently. I've been stocking up on some old like PlayStation 2, Xbox games at my local game store because I was like, you know what, I prefer to actually have some of these and actually be able to go back and play them and have them all set up. So like at my computer, I have a 360. I have an Xbox One just for all the Xbox One games I have, and I also have a Switch and a PlayStation 2 all set up to my computer, so I can actually play all these games while I'm at my desk, and that's been really fun. Oh, yeah. But one of the things you see in older games is that older games had a bit more of like a technical ceiling that they had to operate under, and so they would get pretty creative. Like let's take Silent Hill for example. Silent Hill 1 had a technical limitation of an incredibly close draw distance. And so that's what drove them to make Silent Hill a very foggy town, because it would hide the render distance. And that was playing with the render distance where you get limitations that breed creativity. And now, I mean, fog is just synonymous with Silent Hill. And so, like, certain games, you know, when you're working under those limitations, that kind of breeds a certain level of creativity that you don't really see anymore when you can just kind of, go to Unreal Engine 5 and just plug in whatever effects are kind of default standard on that, and that kind of muddies the visual identity of the different games and things like that. And so on one hand, it's good if you're a modder or something and you work with Unreal Engine, because that means you have a lot more resources to mess with, I guess. But it kind of makes a lot of games kind of blurred together, and so or you have to at least work harder to make them feel different. And a lot of times,
struggling to crouch.
It's actually not. Why is control shoot?
Press the action button.
No, I'm doing it with my controller. Control is shoot. By the way, control is shoot.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna play with PC
What is control on the? I'm sorry. I'm a PlayStation. Yeah. I'm a PlayStation user.
That's one of their it's like the pause or select button, I guess. It's the start button. One of those.
Control, whatever that means. Oh.
Anyways.
Vent section.
Congratulations, you figured out how to crouch.
I gotta say, that was a really, the lighting after... Yeah, at this point, lighting looks really nice.
Because I'm playing with a controller and there was no option to crouch on my controller. So I thought instinctively I hit control on my keyboard and it shot my gun.
That's crazy. What were you saying, Lisa? Leo?
Lizzo.
I call you Lizzo.
What's up, Lizzo?
Lizzo. I had dude.
Leo Lizzo.
I had in my old friend group. That's what they would call me.
That's my nickname
Lizzo.
back in the day.
That was my nickname back in the day. I used that joke so much last episode, and it just got left in the dust every time.
I've just fallen into the habit of not giving you the space to have when you make a dad joke and you say it. I'm just he wants me to groan. I'm not going to give him what he wants. I'm just gonna sit here and I'm just going to let it pass right through me.
He needs.
I've been conditioned.
Gratification.
Actually, right.
Disassociate.
If you don't give him gratification, he's not going to be entertained, and it'll die out.
I disassociate when he says dad jokes because I'm just I can't. No, don't give him what he wants.
That dog don't.
I'm traumatized.
One of the things I have been planning on doing with a friend of mine is we've been playing some Ghost Recon Breakpoint, and so we downloaded this one mod, and it makes the game harder because even on the game's hardest difficulty, if you play Breakpoint, it's pretty easy because the AI are pretty dumb, and the mod improves them. It actually makes them pretty difficult to fight. It's they'll spot you across a field, regardless of what you have on. So it's kind of they react like real people. And Llamas, after we installed the mod, installed a first-person mod, because in the first game, Wildlands, you could get which the game is not built for first-person. It genuinely, it makes the game... I'm a third-person player for those kinds of games. I cannot play it in first-person. But for Breakpoint, it actually seems like they kind of left that open for people who wanted to mod in first-person, because everything's pretty detailed and it functions pretty well. And it gave him the idea when we were playing around, because he's a Blender artist. Every second of the game that we tried to play, he would pause and just get screenshots or be like, "Oh my god, you need to see this." And he saw me execute somebody in the game, and was like, "You know what? I have an idea. Let's make a mockumentary out of this, following the game's storyline." I was like, "All right, why not?"
Oh my god.
That sounds fun.
We're thinking of doing that. We're thinking, because he was ready to jump on it. Not jump on it right away, but he really wanted to get the gears going. But I'm like, we got to slow down. We don't have anyone we know who could voice for us right now. We don't know who else can get the game to play with us and do their perspectives. So it's I want to do it, but I doubt it's going to come anytime soon.
Oh, yeah.
Also,
a mockumentary in a video game is a really good idea.
For those watching, if the footage seems a little choppy, it's because I am recording Benji streaming the game on Discord, so it's not going to be the glorious
Boom's fault.
Full
God, this guy is
resolution.
gluttonous.
That's what I'm built like. Pro gamer.
Have
Is
I
that-
watched
is-
anything?
what
I
is
didn't
that
even
on the
answer.
desk?
Yeah, I asked
That's a
earlier about the
fist.
movies.
No,
but I was
not
like,
not the hand. I'm talking about the drink. Is that like
yeah,
is
it's
that like
like
a
a-
sponsored drink or is it just a
I think it's a fake sponsor.
okay
Diet
Robo.
Robo?
Robo.
Diet Robo?
Robo? That was my nickname back in the day.
This is Diet
I'll kill you.
Robert.
Diet Robert.
Dr. Robert.
Dr.
Yo.
In the
Robalicious.
house.
Robalicious.
Don't use that name.
Yo, Dr. Robalicious. Let's go.
I asked if you guys did anything interesting earlier. I don't even think I answered that.
I didn't even answer.
Snow.
Yeah, I
is
don't think
what
any of us.
I
Yeah,
did.
you were like
That's,
snow.
Snow.
I did
That's
snow.
pretty. Well, I guess
do
I'll
snow.
add something else. The computer situation, as of right now, is I'm going to have to wait approximately 17
guy's tweaking.
days for the new motherboard.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
god, he
and
just
then to be assembled.
Oh, he's got hands.
man, he's
So
average
slapping you,
Floridian.
bro.
In the
Jeez.
meantime,
Mm.
I'm having to
shit.
figure out how to spend much of my time not on my desktop computer using this. I mean, I'm grateful for it. I'm glad that it's here, but 2015 laptop.
Mm.
And just watching y'all play games gets me thinking, oh man, I could really go for a game right now.
He's itching.
I'm itching. I got the itch.
He's tweaking for games.
I'm tweaking.
He's
for video
scratching his
games.
neck right now.
Y'all got any games?
Man, all this game
y'all
fuel
got
and
any
no
of them good
games.
games?
I'm sorry to hear about your computer, man. That's
Yeah, rest in peace.
sucks.
But
I-
it'll
I
I
it'll
think
come in
people died
eventually.
here.
But until then, I have to find a way to bide my time.
Yeah, I've just been working on trying to get the writing done for episode 8. I think it's probably 2/3, if I'm being generous, maybe 60% done. It's been slow going, but I've been able to get some help with the with some feedback from like Forshot and Schmitty, who are helping out now with the scripting, and that's been pretty good. I'm it's not there yet. I've been reading through it and writing it. I'm like, it's weird when you're writing stuff, you kind of have to sit there and be like, okay, this isn't there yet. You're not feeling great about it yet. You're like, is this even anything? And then you kind of have to keep pushing through that hump, and then until you get to the other side, and you're like, okay, here it is. This is what it should be. And it's just I don't know. It's been kind of a challenge. There's so many plot threads and character stuff with Crash going on, and it's only going to get worse. So I was like, okay, I can't just be short-sighted. I also have to think about how all of this plays into the episode after that, and so on and so forth. And so, on top of that, juggling just life stuff has been hard. And I hate that the episodes take as long as they do to make, but I've just come to accept that that's just part of the DNA of the show. Like, if in order for the show to be what I want it to be, and what I think a lot of people want it to be, that's just going to be a sacrifice we have to take. Is that we have to just let the show take a while to be made. Otherwise, it ends up being rushed.
Like, you've got your sort of schedule of how you work on it right now, where, I mean, you deal with, like, a writer's block, and then after a while, throwing stuff against the wall until something sticks. You get it figured out. But imagine if you had someone above you saying, hey, I need this out by this day at this
Oh,
time.
man.
That would be misery.
Dude, it'd be so stifling. It's like, be funny right now. And it's like,
Yeah, like us on this podcast.
yeah,
it
no.
ain't gonna
You
work.
Be funny.
know what? It does come back around to that, doesn't it? It's just, man, oh man. It I love making the show. I love all the support and all the comments, and it's a lot of pressure, but the episode will be out eventually.
We got
promises.
time.
Yeah, we do. We
Maybe.
got time. It'll be the first episode of 2025.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Is that wait, can we see what it says on the vending machine?
Yeah. Let's see what the actual name is. What does it say?
Hold on, what does it say?
Robo
Robo-Cola.
Cola.
Is that
Thirsty burst.
Robo-Cola?
Thirsty Burst? That's my
Thirsty
nickname
Burst.
back then.
Dr.
Okay.
Robert. I'm gonna have to
Thirsty
come
burst.
out with a Dr.
Can you see the
Robert.
snacks? No, those are all too low. I can't see that.
Man, I want some of that. Dude, what
That's
kind
a
of
cool.
vending machine is
That's
this?
a cool looking vending machine. I kind of wish that we had one like that.
Yeah, we should make that.
Yeah, I
It's like
want
something
some
you see in a
thirsty
New
fill
York
it
store.
fill it with my own patented Dr. Robert.
I don't know why,
Dr.
but
Robert
there's something
Oppenheimer?
so there's
I'm
something
petitioning Dr. Robert to make an appearance in Crash.
there's something.
Whoa!
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 Dude, you didn't tell me this was a scary game.
Me after
Man.
one can of Dr. Robert.
what on earth was that? Was that supposed to
know
be
why, but,
scary? That
like,
was so awkward. It just
That was
zoomed
so
in on his
bad.
face.
some
Like,
reason-
that's something like Benji would do in one of his videos. Like,
Yeah,
in the thing.
I
That's
felt
what
like we were watching an
something you would
edited
do.
video.
That
all of
was
a
that was
sudden.
a Benji edit.
That really was.
This
No, that
isn't even a
genuinely is.
stream. This
Genuinely.
is this
That's
is
amazing.
Dude.
I don't know why
Oh
they
my
made him
God.
look aggressively Italian in this game.
Oh man,
He
dude,
kinda
that
looks
helps.
like-
that
he
just
kinda
like
looks-
reset me. I don't
He
know.
looks
what,
like he
what the
works at
fuck
a
that was.
prison. Like I don't.
Dude,
I love
the
how-
over the top animation for that.
I love how ridiculous the animation does not match.
Holy cow!
Oh my god.
Man.
Why
All
are
right,
you looking
toilet.
at this?
Oh my God.
whoa.
Great, now we're gonna have to
Whoa.
censor this episode.
You should shoot it. Shoot it.
We're gonna
See what
get age
happens. Go
restricted.
back and shoot it.
Shoot it?
Please, God,
Alright.
shoot it. I want to see
No.
what happens. I need to know.
Oh, it's bullet resistant.
Oh my God, that is a.
Me
That's
after
what happens
Taco
after you
Bell.
drink Doctor Robot.
Oh my god.
I
What
could
are
go
you-
for some
Ah.
Dr. Robert right now.
I forgot most of this takes place on Mars.
Hey, isn't this
Thanks,
that picture
Elon.
that? Isn't this that rock people thought was a face?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, changing the face of Mars. You get it?
That looks like the guy from the Halo Infinite trailer. What was his name?
Or is that thing?
What was his
what
name?
is what is that thing crawling on the ground and
Craig.
why isn't it attacking you?
That's my cat. That's a sentry bot.
Oh,
That's
I thought it was like
Pow.
a creature. I have not been paying very close attention.
Dude, it reminds
is
me of
the-
Simba.
That is the portable Dr. Robert.
That's your cat,
dispenser.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Simba's my
Oh, what was I gonna say
Right,
earlier
younger.
before we got jump scared by the face?
the doo-doo in the toilet.
Yeah. I was saying that one of my favorite like incidental details in video games is soda machines because I love seeing the ridiculous names that developers come up with for them. Like Dr.
Yeah, like
Robert
they-
sounds like something we'd make up for Crash. Like would be
Yeah.
in the on a like a. In fact, maybe we'll do that.
Yeah, Dr. Robert is coming to stores near you from Crash.
Yes. Excellent.
Yes.
My
And,
one major contribution to this show.
Yeah,
I want one of these things in real life, dude.
More
Someone
so
sets
than
foot on my
Merch
lawn,
Man.
it shoots them to death.
It reminds me of like the things from Star Wars:
Hey,
The Force
yo.
You just
Unleashed
throw a
2.
barrel at you? You can throw fireballs, my guy.
Whoa,
Why'd you throw
he's
a
Donkey
barrel?
Kong.
I forgot I can shoot fireballs out of the air.
Mm.
I wish they would throw the skulls.
That'd be pretty sick,
That would be
actually.
cool.
Can
Can someone make a? Can somebody make a mod where it replaces all the sound effects the skulls make with the Bad to the Bone riff?
Oh, you'd have so many of that. So
Oh
many
my
of those
God.
in this game.
It would make the game so much scarier.
Yeah, it'd be, dude, I'd be like freaked out, bro.
Terrifying.
I forgot who told me this, but somebody's working on a. Who was
Wait,
it?
can you hit him through the rail?
Bro
You, like,
had too
push him
many
through the
cans of
railing?
Dr. Robert.
Or is he just
Stop
stuck
with
there?
the Dr. Robert. It's the same joke. We've stopped. Whoa!
Oh my God! Oh my God!
You punched his bones off.
Man, that's crazy.
Okay.
He's. I don't know what you're trying to do.
I'm an impatient guy.
Man.
Just a little bit of an impatient fella.
I got things to do.
Look at that door. It's a very
This
cool
game
door.
has a very the way they modeled everything from like humans and down the environment is a very interesting choice.
I gotta say, I haven't seen a single handsome human in this game.
Oh, just you wait.
They're
bud.
all pretty ugly.
You're one to talk.
Look at
Oh
that.
my god, that is a
Beautiful
villain.
specimen.
Look, that guy's ugly. That guy's ugly.
Beauty's in the eye
Is
of
there
the
no
beholder,
hot
bud.
people?
Why do
on
they make every
Mars?
human being in this game built like a walrus?
Oh my God. Walrus.
It's a stylistic choice.
Stylistic choice.
Make
He looks
everyone
like he
look
works
like
at
It's
a
like
gas
how
station.
everyone in Gears of War
Everybody
is
looks like a meat canyon
crazy
character.
build. you
Yeah.
know?
He looks like he sells crack behind a Walgreens.
Well, you would know
don't
about
get
that.
it. I would know about that.
All right.
The Walgreens
How
guy
long
is
have we been
really
going?
nice.
We've only been going for 45 minutes. Man, it's felt like 2
45?
hours.
It's felt like 2.
Really? It doesn't even feel like it's been that long to me.
We gotta
Maybe
come
I'm
up
just-
with more topics like Temple Run.
He just really wants to end the episode.
I'm tired, man. I took a melatonin last night because I was like, maybe it'll help me sleep, and it's I don't know why, but I've just been so out of it all day. I think I took too much.
Yeah, I've been really out of it as
yeah,
well.
that's possible. If you have too much and you take it a little too late, it can really mess you up. Even
Yeah.
after you get your
I
like
think I took
sleep,
it, like-
you wake up, you feel like a zombie.
Yeah, I feel like I took it
Ah,
like, probably
speaking
like
of-
1 in the morning, so it's probably not. That's probably
Oh
a little
my
too
that-
late.
lord! Yeah,
that-
you don't want to take it at 1 in the morning, bud. You want to try and
Yeah.
like take it a little early, like before you're going.
You know,
to
that
bed.
actually
I'll
explains
just-
quite a bit of how I've been feeling
yeah.
today. Now that I say it.
Yeah, I had to learn that the hard way too. So
I probably
you're
haven't
not
been
alone.
uniquely fun to listen to at this
Yo.
podcast, and I think you guys have your explanation.
I think you've been talking the most. So
That's
you know,
true.
for what
Me?
it's worth.
Have I?
Yeah. I mean, you usually talk a lot in these.
Ugh.
You and Leo,
You should pull it back.
which I don't know how you feel about that,
Okay,
but
I'll be quiet. I'll chill out.
Oh my god. Beat him up,
Robert,
Benji.
help me!
They jumping me.
Oh my god.
Jump
I
on me,
threw a
Scott, I can't
grenade
attack the Robert.
at it, and it trapped me in a corner with it.
Bro. This place, they need to do some cleanup around here.
Dude,
Like,
this would
look at
make
the-
a pretty cool Viscera cleanup detail map.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
would.
Look at that dude.
That's a
Wait,
game we
look
should
at the
play.
way he was walking.
We should
Do
do
you
a
see that guy?
count-
Do you
See
see
that?
We should do a
He's
count-
doing,
yeah,
like-
they really like to throw barrels at you.
He looks
I didn't
like
know
a
this was Donkey
traditional,
Kong.
like-
You just threw that at
Hey,
yourself.
hey,
What are you holding? Is that a
We'll figure
grenade?
it out eventually. Man, that grenade would have been great if there was somebody there.
where'd that fat guy go?
To your mom's house. Got him.
Dang. You really did get him. He was trying to, like, drop some lore and you killed him.
I'm getting.
We need some
I'm building
lore.
a
This is
psychological
Doom 3.
profile for Benji in this game.
I'm surprised I ever got into the Navy.
Oh man.
Even if it was for 0.5 seconds.
0.5 seconds.
He got in
That
and
door's
he
locked.
said, "Where
Ugh.
can I steal a boat?" And then they kicked him out.
No, you
And just
cannot
threw him in
steal
the loony
boats.
bin.
Let's see. Do we have?
No,
any, is
you
there
do not poop on the poop deck. No.
That's so stupid. Why did I laugh? That's a dumb joke.
The rooster
Crack
reaches
specialty,
rest.
Okay,
apparently.
no, it wasn't that bad. I'm trying to think about
Oh
what else
my
to talk
God.
about. Man, I'm just not in the right mind state for
Well, let's-
talking corner.
Let's talk about how, like, Benji looked at that screen and it said Alpha Labs. What does that mean?
Sigma Labs.
The Sigma. Where's the Sigma
You really
Labs?
are trying to pursue these dumb jokes.
Where's
you
the
really
Beta
are.
Labs?
You know what? You're one to talk, pal. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
well, mine are
you're just as
good.
guilty.
Mine are good, okay? He's just constant alpha, beta, sigma.
This is it. This is how the
and-
Beatles broke up. It's gonna be
Yeah.
arguing over a can of Dr. Robert.
Yeah, they're arguing on who's the
Really?
alpha. John Lennon was
Yeah.
like, "Hey, I'm dead."
John.
Over a can of
sh-
John Lennon.
John
can
Lennon was
of
like,
John
I
Lennon?
hate. I sure do hate Catcher in the Rye.
Man, why did the Beatles break? I think it was just a bunch
You
of
think
different
John Lennon
things.
ever read Catcher in the Rye and then he was like, I have to kill myself?
I don't know. I don't know what that is.
It's the book
buddy, I'm
that,
not entirely sure
the
that's
guy
how
who-
that went down.
The guy who killed John Lennon said that he was inspired to do it after reading Catcher in the Rye.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've never. Yeah,
Which,
I honestly I haven't looked into anything about John Lennon's death. I just know that he died.
well, I mean, that's not wrong.
Yeah, I mean he's not alive.
John Lennon, you mean that guy who died?
You mean the guy who died?
Imagine that's all that there is to you. I'm like,
You mean
oh, dude, yeah, I
Yoko
know that dude.
Ono's
Isn't he
husband?
the guy that died?
So
It's crazy.
that guy looked like a Ben 10 character that was
He
like
did kind of look like a Ben
crushed
10.
by a meat grinder and turned
Looked
into a
like
robot.
Benji
I
with
would-
no Dr. Robert.
Benji
You're screwed,
without
Benji.
I
You're
love
dead, bro.
Dude, that. Oh, it's gonna wait. It's gonna fake you out. Oh no, it's.
Ooh, scary.
He did fake you out.
Uh-oh.
It's
my
a boss
God.
battle.
I sure do love when getting hit shakes the camera so much. That is, oh. They be ballin'.
Oh yeah.
All the body horror in this kind of looks like bad lasagna. I don't know what it is. Like it's just like it all kind of. I can't tell the gore that I'm really looking at. You know what I mean? It just
Yeah.
kinda
I want
looks
to
like,
know what a good lasagna looks like.
We base our creature designs off of good
You know what I mean?
lasagna.
Though it just kind of looks like melted cheese over
These
like tomato
hyper-realistic
sauce.
scans of a burn victim. It was just a potato with melted cheese on it.
Shout out to Half-Life.
Yeah. Shout out to Dead Space because they used actual car crash victims as a reference for all the gore that they used.
I had
Did
no
you know
idea.
that I think Mortal Kombat did the same? If I remember correctly, the newer Mortal Kombat game.
Salute
look at
to
the guy
the
split in half
designers
from a
who
car
are like,
accident.
let's go look at car accident victims for our video game gore. Couldn't
I
pay me enough
know.
to do that.
I don't know why they. It's such a terrible thing.
Well, it's
There's
one
so
of those
many
things
other
where
references.
You need to have.
All right, this is a Doom game.
references. Yeah.
I don't know
that's
why
right.
my brain did,
No,
but like
there's
these are
actually,
zombies.
Satan!
It's so weird.
There's
This doesn't
actually a
feel like
detail in
Doom.
here
It
somewhere.
just feels like zombies in space.
There's a detail somewhere in here. I gotta.
I do love the idea of the forces of hell coming out of a portal, and it's like, I am the esoteric forces of hell. Gets blasted in the face with a 12 gauge.
Dude, this looks like something out of Prey from 2006. I don't know if anyone
This whole
remembers Prey
game,
before.
this whole
like,
game
the
kind
one.
of looks a lot like Prey from 2006. I think it's the same
Like,
engine.
there was a. I shit you not. In 2006, there was these like tubes out of the wall that would look exactly like this.
Is
That's
that
another
good
game I should play
lasagna we were
sometime.
talking about earlier?
Yeah, that's that good kush.
Hey,
no,
look,
lasagna.
that's the Doom guy.
It's the
Now
new
in
guy?
here, there's actually a detail I wanted to show you guys before I got rudely interrupted.
Okay, shut up.
Somewhere in here.
This is riveting gameplay. Just
If you
staring
look
at
closely, it looks like a satanic symbol,
stuff. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Fuck,
but
stealing all the good commentary.
it's
yo.
clearly not. It is a circle.
Come on, it's somewhere in here. I know. Where is it?
Let me get my magnifying glass.
Oh, well, it says UAC right there.
Wait, did y'all say you were looking for the Magna Carta?
I think I left my
Yeah, I think there's a
magnifying glass somewhere else.
I don't know if it's in this one, but there's like a face of Doom guy in here somewhere. I can't find it.
The face of Doom guy. Is that just a dead computer?
Baby.
Oh,
Out of here.
Too soon. Too soon.
Okay,
Leo,
I've
too
opened up
soon.
my phone and I'm looking for some news to talk about.
is
or
that
something.
Pal's computer?
Yeah, it is my computer. Too soon. The wound is still fresh.
I didn't even
Can't
say
play
Pal's
Stardew
computer
Valley.
in the first place. It said it's a dead computer.
I'm contemplating next go around of Talking Corner, seeing if I can run something simple like Roblox or
Dude.
something. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah,
Play
and then stream that.
disaster. What was it? Natural disaster survival, dude. I'd play with you.
He's gonna be in here for like 2 minutes. We're just gonna hear something spinning up in the background gradually, and you're gonna hear something pop.
Actually, that's right. Here's a funny little thing about this laptop. I will use it, and out of nowhere, when I'm listening to something like music on YouTube, for instance, the fan will kick up, and I'll hear a whee, and then
God.
the computer just like stalls for a minute.
Oh,
And then it comes back to normal. Whatever I'm playing at that particular moment, it'll like pause on it and do like a blue screen kind of sound where it'll like, and then when the fan goes off and the CPU I guess can catch a breath again, then it goes back to normal.
how old is it?
Well, it's 2015, but like
What
the
the frick?
processor,
10 years,
the
dude.
processor is an i3 and it has 1.8 gigahertz, which is not a lot at all.
I'm
And
using a
so-
MacBook Pro from 2011, so I'm surprised that it has that much trouble. Like with.
There might be
I
people.
think this thing is just
Leo,
built
there
different. I don't know.
there hypothetically could be somebody watching this who is older, or who is younger than your computer. You ever think about
My
that?
advice to you is put all of your money into Hawk Tua coin.
Man, shut up.
It'd be unlikely that
First
anybody is like 15 or whatever watching this, but it's completely possible.
It's completely possible.
Your 2011
Have you seen
MacBook
the Crash
could be
community?
a father right now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I have not seen the entirety. Well, actually, no. Fortunately, I have not seen the entirety of the Crash community because I am now just a closed off hermit.
Good.
I
spend all my
can.
time
I
alone.
can. Yeah.
In my
I can vouch
in
for
my
this.
fortress of solitude.
He is a hermit. Right in the butt.
It's like mean.
Right
dude.
in
You
the
don't have to-
arm.
You really didn't have to hit him like
Right
that.
in the wherever that was.
You know what's weird? I actually kind of wish we could record these more often, but like, there's something about the once a week that I think is a good rhythm. I think it's better
Yeah,
for us
oh
to.
my god.
I think I'd
Burn
prefer.
ourselves out.
Yeah, I think I prefer for us to want to do more than to feel like we're doing too much. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a better spot to be in if you have to pick between the two.
No, we need to
Just imagine having to do
saturate
this.
YouTube. That way people can't avoid us.
We should make YouTube shorts.
Yeah, we should just
You
record
guys know that
30
humans
second
are only using
podcast.
0% of the brain?
I mean,
With my new Alpha T,
Leo, you
Made
regularly
with-
use
made with
zero
rare
percent
earth
brain.
that is
mushrooms.
Some really cool effects in this game, dude. This game's so scary, dude.
yo,
It's
I
like
got
an
hit by a
old-timey
chair. All
film,
that to get
but
hit
from
by a
hell.
chair.
me when I walk into a room with like photos that are hanged up for being read.
You're doing great.
Yeah, that's
I
going
got
in
it.
the
I
shorts.
I
That's going in the
understood the
YouTube
reference.
shorts, bud.
You're going
Excellent
to the
work.
cringe compilation.
Remember when I said like Leo's
Me
jokes
wouldn't
weren't
cringe.
funny, but mine were? Yeah, that's Exhibit A.
Exhibit A.
Yeah. You know,
No.
We need to
BFG.
get
I
some more
disagree.
of the cast and crew on the show here. Like, we got to get some of
Really
the other
good.
voice actors. We should probably.
Man,
Who should
would
we?
be a great first?
Jason Earls.
Like, who is the audience just crying out for?
Yeah,
as a
audience, leave a comment on who you would like
Yeah.
to see
guest?
on
I'm
here.
gonna take
That's
a
like
wild
cast
guess and say it's gonna
Yeah.
be Peanuts.
Yeah, from the
JMB,
cast.
probably.
I can't promise that everybody will be able to show up. Like, a lot of people are really busy, but like, from the main cast of the show, who do you want to be in the show and to feature?
Oh, you know who? We should get the voice actor for Crash. He'd be great.
I heard he was a real.
Nah, he's pretty. I'm not a big fan.
That guy's blind,
scared.
dude.
Well, he's like
And now
dead.
He's
dead.
definitely blind now.
I like how he just turned to you and looked at you. It didn't even look like it had malicious intent. He was just like, "What do you do?" And then he just dead.
Huh?
Huh?
You have a permit for that gun?
You got a license for that TV? You got a license for that Dr. Robo?
You got a
Oh
license
my
for them
God.
stencil shadows?
I have
You got
a
a license for
prescription
that light?
Dr. Robert.
Yes.
Do you have a license for that license?
Man, back up.
Do you have a doctor for that, Robert?
Okay, we're almost at an hour. 15 more minutes of this, and then we're good to go.
Oh,
We might
no.
have to rename it to
Zone.
Dr. Robalicious.
Dr.
Oh,
Robalicious.
I'm gonna kill you.
Or that could be the slogan. It's Robalicious.
Dude.
So, hey, next topic. What's your favorite kind of bank to use? And if so, recommend to me why.
Yeah. Tell us what your favorite card to use is. All the
Tell
funny
me what your
numbers in the
favorite
front and
routing
the back.
number is out of all the banks that you use.
If
Yeah.
you had the same
I have
amount
to
of
switch
money
banks.
as your mom's phone number, what would it be?
I'm not going to name the bank, obviously, but I have to switch banks because my bank's been having this problem where it keeps pinging everyone's debits cards as a fraud, like fraudulent. And so then I called the number today to like clear it up, and they were like, "Sorry, our service is down," and the bank is closed because it's a Sunday. So I just don't have access to any of my money. So I'm just like, I've just been stuck at home because I can't get gas, and so I've been so frustrated, and I've been needing to change banks. So I think this is probably the moment that's like, all right, well, time to make that happen.
This is like a
Yeah,
side note, but I'm
honestly.
really glad that they're depicting what heartburn feels like properly in this game. Oh,
Yeah,
This
something
covers
does tell
about
me heartburn
5%
would be
of the
at
pain
least somewhere around this bad.
Of not getting Dr. Robert.
Yeah.
this is
I
what
really
happens
need some
after you
Dr.
drink
Robert right now.
Dr. Robert.
Yeah.
If I don't get some soon, I'm gonna end up like one of these freaks.
I'm gonna start tweaking.
I'm gonna start tweaking. You won't like me when I start tweaking. Don't make me tweak. You wouldn't like me when I tweak.
No, I don't like you right now.
That's
That was
understandable.
scary.
Have a nice day.
Yeah, I know.
So,
scary.
what's your guys' favorite dinner food?
Dinner.
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 What qualifies as dinner over like any other kind of food?
Well,
What
what?
qualifies
as dinner?
Eggs and bacon for dinner, bud?
No, well,
Sometimes,
obviously
yes.
that excludes. I mean, you can have breakfast for dinner. That's
No,
actually quite
not
fun.
allowed.
I like that.
It's illegal.
We should kill everyone who has breakfast for dinner.
I'm gonna sign an order that says you cannot have breakfast food for dinner.
I'm gonna co-sign this order.
Yeah.
Regular
I'm gonna
food? Are
petition
you
it.
saying breakfast food isn't regular food?
Breakfast food
breakfast
isn't
food,
real.
bud. Okay, enough of your psyops, Leo. I'm being serious.
No, I'm trying to make up shorts clips. They can start
keep
off
trying,
with.
buddy.
Just
It's
go,
not working.
breakfast
Any
food
second now,
isn't
man.
real.
We'll
What
go
you need
viral
is my
any second
mushroom earth
I believe in
tea.
you, bud. You'll land one eventually, but it's
Yeah.
not today.
We're desperately trying to get sponsored. We're trying to sell out as
Yeah.
fast as humanly possible.
This
They
video is
really
sponsored
like
by,
throwing barrels at you. Oh,
oh
my
my
gosh!
God.
I
Oh
just
my
keep doing
gosh.
Is
They
this
don't
Mario?
even shoot at them or anything. They
Can you
just
imagine if-
throwing them.
Can you imagine if this was like a sanctioned tactic in the U.S. military? Now, if there's barrels nearby, it doesn't matter if you have a gun. Throw the barrels at them.
Throw the barrel at them. I mean, they are kind of zombies, right? So they don't know what the frick they're
The power
doing.
of kinetic energy.
The power of.
It's true, they all used to be
barrel.
scientists. They probably know how physics work. What the fuck
yeah.
was that? Hello.
I think that was
It's what you do
Demon.
with what you got, Benji. That's what pays off in the end.
Man.
Yeah, all these
those
zombies, like,
stairs.
all these people get turned into zombies, and they're like, quick, Home Alone booby trap the place.
Okay, I guess on the note of us playing a game that is from, I'm gonna take a wild guess and say like 2005 or 2006 maybe. Are
Hell.
there any in,
Oh, no.
in the craziness of the abundance of video games that we're experiencing lately? Are there any new games that y'all are even like paying attention to that are like, ooh, I might actually want to play this?
Path of Exile too. I've been watching 4Shot play that, and I've actually been interested in playing Path of Exile.
The
You
new
know,
Ninja Gaiden.
honestly,
pretty cool.
we've been so inundated by games. I mean, and the industry's kind of in a rough spot in a lot of ways. Not as bad as some people make it out to be, but like there's a lot of derivative stuff out there nowadays. So I feel like when it comes to
Yeah.
new games, they kind of have to earn their keep when it comes to. They have to work a little harder to get my attention, because and that's kind of unfortunate. But like that's just kind of the way it is. And like
Go ahead.
Well, it's been weird because I feel like I've been playing a lot of older games, like I said, and those I've been having a good time with those. But I'm at the age now where like it's very rare that I can find a game that I start stealing time away from my responsibilities to play. You know, like I think the
Yeah.
last time I played one like that I was just like no lifing was Alan Wake 2, because I just had such a good time with it. But like, you know, it's been a while since that came out, and so. I mean, not really. I guess as the short answer, there's not anything that really is particularly interesting me. I'm curious to see how Avowed turns out, because that's coming out right around the corner. But
I forgot, yeah.
yeah,
I just there's for like more recent. I don't know about games like coming out,
Who
but like
works
more
up
recent
here?
games, Indiana Jones and the Great
Oh.
Circle.
yeah. I
really wanna
started
play
that,
that.
and I have not played it much.
Because like they got the lighting, they got the was it slapstick down right from everything I've seen. It just looks really good.
You know,
Looks really solid.
I think I tend to find I need to be like in the right mood to play games like that, and so I have to like find time when I'm alone, and then I can sit down and just get absorbed, not get distracted from the game. And I mean, as life goes on and you get more responsibilities as you get older, it's just harder and harder to find time to do that.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, hopefully I can do something like that soon.
Ooh,
But-
ooh, I know what to talk about. I mean, it might not be discussed very long, because, like, what the heck can we
Politics.
talk about? But, apparently, there's going to be a Helldivers movie.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was
Forgot
not
about
expecting
that.
that. I genuinely was not expecting that. Like, I was thinking to myself, man, Helldivers really is popping off lately. It would be interesting if they did make a movie or a TV show or whatever. And sure enough, an Arrowhead announces that. And so this is yet another attempt for video game companies to get into the movie realm or even TV series realm, but in this case, like just movie, like feature length, whatever. So I'm curious how this is going to go. Like what director that they pick, what kind of approach they have, because I never watched it myself, but from everyone that I've talked to, everyone absolutely is goo goo gaga over the Fallout show. So
Yes.
I'm curious if we'll get another banger of a video game representation in media that's not video games. So I'm very curious to see how that goes.
Helldivers seems like it could work in a movie, like definitely.
But here's the interesting thing though. That game and the general premise of it is basically Starship Troopers with a few like twists here and there. So I mean, you really could just do basically Star Troopers over again in your own fashion if you wanted to. But I'm very curious to see if they try and take a new approach with the story, or I don't know, take a cannon fodder approach. A lot of people that have responded to this have been wanting it to be something to the effect of you're following characters, but each one dies and you're immediately introduced to a new one, and then they fight and they die and so on. And I'm like, that's kind of humorous. That's interesting. That's funny, but I don't know if that would work necessarily.
It could be like a Cyberpunk Edgerunners thing where you could have an established group, but they all end up dying anyway. I mean, it's just endless tide of war. Everyone is even.
Oh, you know what they could do?
What was that?
There's a movie coming out. I don't remember the name, but I've seen a bunch of trailers for it.
It's a weird vending machine.
It's basically this guy that signs himself away to this company, and they experiment and test on him.
Are you talking about Mickey
and
17?
They constantly clone him. I guess that's what it is, where he's cloned.
It's the Robert Pattinson
and he dies. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
They could try and take that sort of approach, however that goes.
That's a movie I'm probably going to go see.
Yeah,
That
that
movie
one's
looks
actually
really fun.
interesting enough that I might actually want to go see.
Yep.
Or maybe in the theaters, or maybe just stream it at home, but I hardly even stream anything at home anyway, so...
This is a weird fact, but did you know that Robert Pattinson wanted to base his voice off of Steve O for that movie?
Steve-O?
But they didn't let him. So he just he did something else.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you watch I don't know if it was an interview or what. I just remember seeing an article about it. I was like, what?
Wonder where
That's
you got
Robert
that idea.
Pattinson,
You
though.
just start watching that show again and be like,
Might as well.
that's an idea.
Why? I don't like the way that looks.
This
I
game
was-
has a
I was-
multiplayer, by the way.
I was
Oh.
really hoping that after the first time you looked in the mirror and it just zoomed in, it was
Wait, is
random.
there
Just
any
do that
I was
every
hoping
time.
it would do that every time you looked at a mirror.
That'd be pretty
I was
funny.
really hoping.
I was
Oh.
curious if there was another like major dookie in the toilet, but
Major Dookie.
Shut up!
I
did
just
the
wanted to
same.
know.
It's just, I hate you.
See if
Tell
anybody
me.
picks up on what that's a reference from.
Guys, it's a reference to the
That's an affirmative, Dookie.
You can't even shoot through the chain link? Oh my god.
Why was he
Is
just
that,
standing there? He was standing
he
there
was
behind
sniffing the
machine.
wall.
Yeah.
As one does. I know from experience.
Yeah, that's your regular everyday activity outside of Crash.
Yeah. So, you remember that question, my hobbies? One of my hobbies is sniffing walls. I feel like I should.
Yeah, it somehow does not surprise me.
It might be one of the most
slightest.
unsatisfying arcs from like a thrown weapon I've ever seen. You have to like look way up in the air.
Whoa!
Whoa.
It's like a fractal.
What is that? What?
Oh, it's like a mathematical. Like it's a charting
Nerd.
of like mathematical equations.
Explain
and
it to me in pop
produces
terms.
a fascinating like infinitesimal graphic design. It's super cool. But yeah,
Okay.
like it keeps going, is the idea.
In English, damn it.
You know, this just popped into
Funny
my head,
picture.
but my wife shared a meme with me yesterday that it said, "I'm going to become Amish and name my son Skibadiah Toilet."
Oh no. No.
Death.
Why?
No.
The brain rot just kind of like occurred to me, and I was like, I need to just say that. We need to end on a
Yeah.
note like that.
Well, thank you for that. And on that
Thank you.
note, I think that is the end of this episode, honestly.
I honestly think that too.
You know what?
Yeah.
You said that right as I got a text message from Katie, and she said, "Your podcast stinks, Hawk Tua." So that works out.
Great
All right.
minds.
We'll end on that
Great
note, I suppose.
minds.
Thanks for watching Talking Corner. Why are you
Click
still
that
here?
bell.
Click
Hawk
the subscribe.
Chewy.
All right.
Get
Like
my
and
mushroom
subscribe.
tea.
Bye.
I love you.